Another day, another dahlia.
We got quite a lot of dahlias here.
There's so many, and that's why today is the Dahlia Daddy doozy. So Jacques, we've clearly gone to the extreme here. He's already getting dusted, getting dahlia dusted. But look, I mean, we've got, I would say 200 maybe clumps.
Yeah, like 200 actual clumps.
Actual clumps, let alone what you can divide those clumps into, which will show you a little dirty dahlia trick in a second here. But this is what we're growing, my friends, dahlias. There are 57,000 plus different cultivars of dahlias. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. And honestly, when they were discovered, it was more of an all-purpose plant. It was not really bred for all the different colors. It was the edible.
And the really cool thing is that nowadays you could literally find a dahlia for everything you need, any shape, any color, except blue.
Except blue.
And they'll look incredible. So
what are we dealing with here? Let's just take a peek. Let's show the people what we've got. And they honestly look like just like edible tubers,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and you can eat them, and historically they have been eaten as a food source.
No.
I've tried them, and I wasn't that crazy about it.
Really? What did it taste like? Jerusalem artichoke, something
yeah,
like that?
just kind of like a very starchy, kind of mild root is what I remembered.
So if you've saved your allowance up and all you have is one clump of dahlias, you really want to stretch it, because you can just drop this in the hole, which is probably what we're going to do today.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really are getting particular, that's actually totally fine, because every dahlia tuber will just be a genetic clone of whatever it came from. So you know you're getting what you want.
Yeah,
you know you're getting exactly what, no hybridization, etc. If you're growing from seed, different story. But to your point, Jacques, you've got the tubers that are coming in, right? They're sort of around this main stem, and even right here you can see there's like a little eye here, right?
Oh yeah, there it is.
And so if I wanted to just isolate this one here, I want to be probably more aggressive and cut out more than you might think.
There it is.
But there you go, right? I didn't just cut it off, for example, this would be the mistake, right? Is to come in here and cut like that.
No, it's pretty fibrous.
You know, but this can't grow.
Yeah, this
can
a dead
no longer
tuber.
grow.
Maybe it's the food for later.
It's a little snack, but see the difference? I've kept the chunk of the crown with which an eye is coming out of, so I know I'm good here. And yeah, I lost a couple little snacker tubers here, you know, I don't know.
I don't know if you can eat it raw.
What does that taste like? Wait. That tastes like something.
All right, well, give me a little chunk.
No, try a bite. It's a carrot. Tastes like a carrot.
Really?
Yeah.
It actually does really
It tastes like a carrot.
That's really weird. It's actually really sweet.
Well, you remember the Amazing Maze from last year. What we're gonna do is the Dahlia Daddy Doozy out behind the greenhouse where our raised beds are hanging out. We're gonna plant around them and just have it be crazy for spring. So let's get to it, Jacques. We have to do a bit of Tetris here.
Yeah.
Because we have the raised beds, which are the new Birdie's shapes ones, the rotational and some of the trapezoids and all that. We need to leave them here.
Yeah.
At least right now.
Yeah, we're not moving them today.
We're not moving them today, and we're not moving them for the spring, but we need to plant a bunch of dahlias here. So what are you gonna do? I mean, all I know is you need to loosen the soil up.
Yeah,
Fortunately, it's
sure.
recently rained, so you come down, just give it a quick loosen. No, nothing crazy. I'm not tilling it, I'm not turning it, but about 10 inches or so, because these guys hate being forced to kind of like get through the soil.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tuber, so it needs space to kind of bulb up and grow and spread. So you want to make sure it's nice and loose, or else it's just going to struggle.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call out what I'm planting.
Okay.
Because there are a bunch of different, like 14 different styles of dahlia. Then you have the species.
So then the way we'll keep track of it is by saying the name and having this video.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
No lists, just record yourself. So I'm going American Sunset right here.
And I'm going to go in with bicolor dinner plate dahlia.
Don't water in. By the way, you are going to find so many grubs in here, you're going to want to kill yourself.
I've actually been seeing a lot with this rain. I think they've been kind of drawn up to the surface, and they're really not liking it, which I actually like a lot. Might have an idea on how to speed this up though.
Oh yeah?
But,
does it have to do with your favorite tool of all time?
Yeah. And it's actually something we recently got that might be fun to play with.
I'll stand up. I think I'll stand up. So I'm going to come in when you...
So that's...
Oh, this one, interesting. Orange turmoil. It's a decorative dahlia.
Aren't they all?
If you're a little, if you're just feeling a little angsty. Hey, Laura from Garden Answer. We're living your life right now. This is way better.
Way easier.
Okay, so how about this? I'm your simple farmhand, and you're the master, just designing this. Okay?
All right. So I make the holes and you plant them.
Yeah.
That one might be a little deep.
You got to give me some time to place. So this one is.
Give me time to do my design.
This is Mexican Star, and this is a single flower dahlia. You know what's gonna happen here, man?
What?
Once dahlia season's over, we're gonna be like digging these out for the rest of our lives. All right, this one is Myrtle's Folly. Whoa, okay. Myrtle's been having quite some folly. I don't know. This is like a crazy looking one. Color Spectacle. Eyes up, main stem up, ideally. Neo Dahlia.
Okay.
Interesting. Night Butterfly. Temple of Beauty. Red Labyrinth. It's kind of a weak one, yeah? Let's go back into the labyrinth here. This is Dahlia. Should we just start a you-pick farm after this?
Just come cut your own dahlias?
Yeah.
I mean, might be able to make a couple bucks that way.
Oh, this is dinner plate, Dahlia mix.
Nice. So those are the big boys.
So the dinner plates, I'm actually gonna throw in a row.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a mix.
Oh, right. That makes sense. All right.
See what
come
we get
full
here.
square here.
Yeah.
Finish the circle. Should I do a little freestyle in the
I
middle?
say grab a box and throw some
Start
in.
planting.
Kasagi went in there.
Red Labyrinth. My love dahlia. So there's the eye that's actually started to grow. So right at the base of the stem. You could cut that out in theory and plant just that one, but we're throwing the whole clump in. Liquid Desire, Cantarino, Lindsay Michelle, Cafe au lait.
Oh shoot.
It's one of the most pretty ones that I've seen in my opinion. Definitely growing this one in my garden this year.
What's the one you overwintered? Variety.
That one is Georgia Bloomquist, which is a pink with like yellow frills on the edge, I believe.
Good one?
But I really like the structure of the dahlia flowers.
Yeah.
Like they look so complex and like geometric.
They're super ornate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's truly purely like a cosmetic, beautiful plant. Dahlia bicolor.
So I'm gonna try to do some patterning here.
Some like cute designs.
I might just keep this as a field.
Gallery Leonardo over here. Chinatown Dahlia on the corner. Hercules Dahlia, probably gonna be a strong one. Joey Hubert Dahlia. I like the sound of this one, Dynamite Dahlia. All right, this one's named after a classic banger of a movie, Pulp Fiction, right here. I'm gonna call this one Royale with cheese,
Ew.
and that's gonna go right here. And then behind this bed is going to be Dark Star, Joey Arenda. This is Striped Ambition. Sounds promising.
You think I can do a double flip? That's a clean one, right?
Yeah.
This is a one with a 360
Oh.
or something like that. That's like
Little
one with
twist?
a little twist.
I mean,
That was two, right?
that's two.
Let's do a three.
I'll never doubt your flip and catch skills anymore because I've been wrong so many
Should we do
times.
three? Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. See, Mom? I don't drop stuff. I don't drop stuff. All right, we're gonna plant some real dahlias. I've got old. I actually don't know what color that is.
It's pink.
Is it pink?
Yeah.
Only? Or is it like
It's pinkish white.
a little
maybe
magenta?
a little purple. Yeah, a little magenta.
This is more red orange.
But I got a little white with a little tufts of pink.
Okay.
And this is like a wine.
That's wine.
almost kinda color.
Cherry wine.
Cherry wine. All right, let's get these doozies in the ground. Dude, those artichokes though.
Oh, look at these chokies.
Honestly,
Biggest, like huge.
I have.
And look at the
envy.
sweet peas.
Envy.
Look at the sweet
Oh, they're
peas.
starting to go.
Look at that little
It's a
nubbin.
cutie.
I know. We've got a real
Might come back in a couple weeks and harvest that for you.
little,
No
if
big
you
deal.
do, that's the end of your life. So, the question is, where? I like the idea of one in the back here.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a tall boy.
I feel
in
like
the
this
back.
nasturtium needs a little pop of something.
You think so? Right in the middle? I don't know about that. You feel confident about that?
I don't feel confident,
You shouldn't.
but
You really shouldn't about that decision.
there's a little too much nasturtium in there.
Well, you know what was funny? It was in the rain. It looked real good.
Oh,
It just
yeah.
looked
They get
so
all-
pristine.
All dewy with the drops on them.
Oh, yeah.
What about this move? Just call this a flower bed?
I say call it a flower bed.
I mean, it is
Look
what
at
it
this.
eats.
Found a little,
Little cabbage left over.
yeah, a little subterranean. You know what I'm curious about is this one's got the trellis sort of wrapper.
Oh yeah,
So I'll have to put it in that way. Make sure I don't mess that up.
I've done that move before. It works really well.
Yeah, it's interesting that
I've never seen a nursery do that.
I guess I would say because of how dahlias have been bred is my prediction. that they did not breed them for stability at all, just for beauty.
Yeah.
And so they bred them to go up, but not grow in a way that could support that at all. So then you have to do that.
Yeah, like I think the flower farmers use like a net that they place over it,
Yeah.
and then they grow up into the net, and that supports it. All right.
So I'll see if I can go straight in.
Wow, that's a big boy.
Au natural.
I'm gonna have to go deep.
I mean, look at that.
That looks healthy.
It's not bad. It's crazy the quality of this soil over time, dude. It's really gotten good.
It's really ramped up. It looks really
gotten
rich.
good. Yeah. Because you remember the first season here, when we first met, it was tough to get these beds to like be what you needed them to be, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, like you'd put in a bunch of raised bed mix and then it would
Just
be a little too woody, it'd be a little too, and now I think we're good.
I think yeah, we've been topping with compost the past like 2 years, I guess.
2 years.
And now it's really looking quite wonderful.
It's what we always talk about that came true, but we just didn't believe it for ourselves.
I mean, I'm not mad at that.
No. What do you think of mine? Solid?
Smells like nothing. Yeah. I like that color and like the structure of the petals themselves.
I like the placement, putting it in the back here,
Decent placement.
letting it be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this one right here.
Should I just throw this in? Or actually, I don't want to hit a potato.
Yeah, those are some delectables.
Yeah.
So
I like putting it in the middle because then you could always plant around it.
I think you gotta go direct in the middle and go around, or you go periphery
Yeah.
and have it just be an accessorial plant.
Right.
You know?
This one's ready to pop too. This must be a dwarf variety. It's so short.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm not as big on these two. I think I like the more tall, kind of larger flowered, less flowers overall per plant approach.
Okay.
Myself, at least.
Yeah. This one I'm not crazy about either.
Well, so I guess we'll have to see how it sizes.
Yeah.
Because look, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, there's a
5,
lot.
6, 7, 8 new.
No, I don't think this
New
one's gonna
blooms
get any
coming.
bigger than this.
These are called baby jacques right here. These are like small versions of your big tower trees that you've got.
They're getting there though.
No, they're doing
looking
okay.
pretty good.
They're doing okay.
Looking healthy.
What's nice is like the tops are still really solid.
Oh
Tops
yeah.
are still
You
really
could
solid.
just- it'll go up to like here.
All right.
Casual.
Check it out, Jacques. It's finally
I'm
happening.
actually gonna get really deep.
It's finally happening. Yeah, if you smell one of the newly.
Actually?
Yeah, I know.
That's almost delicious.
I want to say, could you eat it?
You could.
This particular one. I think you
think-
might be able to.
My understanding is you could eat any rose, but you should like treat it organically.
But look at this.
Which it is.
This is what's cool to see.
Oh,
You're going to see an
wow.
offshoot, and then you're going to see a cluster, right? So although this is the most flowers we've ever seen on this arch, I mean,
The
look
best
at the
is
top.
yet to come.
The best is absolutely yet to come. Probably in a month, maybe. It'll be full
This
white.
was a stroke of genius on your part.
This
really good move.
I love this move.
Really good move.
This is my most aesthetic move I've ever
Yeah.
made. Probably the only one I've
It's
ever
a
made.
vibe.
Oh, are these ready?
I'll let you in on a secret. I took one when I first got here,
Yeah.
and it was so sour I spat it out. So I kind of wasted your fruit.
That's fine. There's so much.
There's
Honestly, let's see. It's pretty sour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you know,
it is pretty sour.
they're gonna be raining in pretty good here.
Well, what
We
I
got,
thought about
like,
doing-
over 1,000.
Thought about doing is having a quat party. Shake the tree, drop like 50, 100 pounds of them. Loquat
Process.
crumble, Loquat
Pie.
jam, Loquat ice cream, Loquat smoothie. You know,
Okay.
Loquat, you know,
Anything.
mattress. Whew. It's actually hot in here.
A little
Actually
spicy.
hot in here. Well, look at this is the thing I'm stoked about is that fig graft. Take a look.
It's taken.
It's taking, right? Look at that.
It actually has a lot of growth on
A
it.
lot of growth there. And then there's some growth on this guy here.
Starting to break through.
And actually on the plant itself.
Yeah.
See? So new growth there. New
Wow.
growth here. But here's what I found interesting. And I'm going to sacrifice one for the cause. Take a look down here, Jacques.
Oh, I
This is
remember
our-
those.
These are the sticks
Yep.
that we propagated with David. So look at this one here. It is definitely leafing out, but here's my question. Did it root? And I actually think the answer is that it didn't.
It looks like it's starting to, but it hasn't.
It's starting to, like, by differentiating
Yeah.
here maybe, but it hasn't actually
promising,
rooted
though.
whatsoever. And it's actually quite dry.
It does look not happy.
Yeah, so it might need a little bit of water.
I didn't really think about the fact that we're gonna have to figure out where to put 200 figs.
Yeah, we might have to do a fig drop.
Little fig drop.
Little fig drop. But dude, I mean, look at this. This is by far the earliest we've ever gotten
Oh
Loquat
wow!
out of the
Looks
garden.
Great too.
Yeah, looks really good. So what we did is we clipped, and then it germinated in about, I would honestly say about 3 days.
Yeah, you just snip the tip off.
Very tip. That's about it. Like less than a millimeter off.
Honestly, these seedlings look really healthy.
This is the best overall seedling
Yeah.
performance I've had in a while, and I think it's just temp.
Yeah, this tray looks
just
fantastic. That's the flower tray. Looks
It's
great.
the flower tray. We've got another flower tray here. Got some interesting onions from seed. I do have some tomatoes started, Jacques.
Yeah, the basics.
Midnight Roma, Green Zebra, Black Crim. Not ones I am absolutely in love with, so I'm going to start another batch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, doing pretty dang good. Look at this. Looks
Who's
like
that?
Paul started Queen of the Night. We got
He's a cactus boy.
he's a cactus guy. Oh, well.
Well,
Sorry, Paul. Sorry, Paul.
you won't watch. Don't worry about it.
It's all good.
This banana looks good too. I think honestly, like, and then these little peppers.
And
right
you know
here.
what, Jacques? I'll say this. If there's something you want to grow that needs a little greenhouse, I'll give you the space for free. I'll give you the space for free.
Let me let you in on a little secret. If you look right there, I'm already doing it.
What'd you put in here? What'd you put in here?
Ice cream bean tree from seed from an ice cream bean that I bought from like.
I thought that was a gift for me.
I mean, it's a loaner. it's a gift, and it's also, you know, I might come borrow.
You might come collect.
And then this is a mame sapote.
Yeah.
They are
Mostly looks
yours.
like a loquat.
Yeah, that actually
Yeah.
does. They are yours, but you know, you can share the harvest. You know.
I'm just saying, if you need a little rental, like there's a square foot over
I'll
there
take
for
a
you.
square foot. Honestly,
Square foot, I'll put something over. And honestly, a square foot in here, prime real estate. It's prime real estate. All right, guys. Dahlia, doozy. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of our planting plan. I don't know if it's a good one or not. It's gonna come up a little chaotic, just like us. We came up chaotic.
little slice of
on the
life.
streets, you
Yeah,
know, streets of
BTS.
San Diego. Good luck in the garden. Keep on growing.